The fifth and final reason why you are having problems hiring people is that you are hiring just button pushers. What's a button pusher? I'll explain that in a second. So you want to make sure that you are hiring, the solution to this is that you're hiring problem solvers, right? So we definitely need button pushers. A button pusher is basically somebody who shows up in the morning. They do the same thing every day. They basically are like that assembly line worker that just, they're happy. They show up, they do their thing. They have their list of tasks. Doesn't really change from day to day. We need those types of people. But in this world that we live in, this economy, you really do need a lot of problem solvers to help you scale. Now, the reason why problem solvers are so important is because they're going to help you fill in your blind spots. And they're going to basically help you to solve problems that you haven't seen or that you don't have time to get to. I'm sure we all right now in our agencies, we have issues that have been sitting on our desks for months, maybe years, right? And a problem solver, the right problem solver, if you can find them, they're going to be able to come in and you're going to say, hey, this has been on our agenda for so long. I don't have time to solve this problem. And frankly, I'm not the best person to solve this problem. I need you to go in and figure out how to do it. And that type of task absolutely lights up a problem solver. That's the type of stuff that they live for. Right? So imagine how much further along your agency would be if you staffed your agency with 25% more problem solvers, meaning that those are 25% of the issues that go on in the business where you don't directly have to come up with the answer. Here's the reality is that you are always going to be the bottleneck in your agency. So it's your job, or part of your job as the CEO and the leader, is to fill in a leadership team or build a leadership team that can go in and solve issues for you so that you are no longer the bottleneck. That's one of the most important things that you can do as a CEO of your agency. So perfect example, I'll use myself. I love to use myself as an example. So a couple of years ago, I did my very first pro forma. I learned, man, our cost of goods is way too high. Our retention is way too high. Our sales aren't as consistent as they need to be. And our finances were just out of a mess in general. So very quickly, I identified some people that were already working in the company. And I said, let's move them into these roles. Oh, the operations was also not moving as smoothly as we needed it to. And so I said, okay, Aaron, you've been working with us for 4 years. You're absolutely amazing. How would you like to run our customer experience team? Because we have this massive churn problem and I need you to figure out how to keep our clients happy. And obviously I've been trying and I suck at it. So, here's the bar. I need you to get it down to at least 10% and ideally down to 8% or less. Literally the first month, she took our churn from 16% down to 10%. Now, I won't go into the details, but if you can reduce your churn by 6%, you're going to make a ton more money and you're going to be much more profitable. Just as a general rule of thumb, don't lose fucking customers. Do not lose customers ever. Okay. And so she was able to do that in the first month. And then she got it down over the course of 2020. We were under 8%, which is absolutely phenomenal. Basically slashed in half. That's considering the COVID mess where we lost a bunch of clients overnight. So there were months where we didn't lose a single client and many, many months where it was under 4%. So that's just one way that she was able to come in. I was the bottleneck. She was able to solve the problems. And now she's doing a phenomenal job.